Hi, everybody. Welcome to the QB School. I am JT O'Sullivan. Today, Jalen Hurts, the Eagles, Week 8. Excellent win on the road, locked in, fired up. Let's get it going. Welcome to the QB School. Before we dive into the video, a quick reminder about the Quarterback School Patreon community. This group is the foundation, the bedrock of the channel. Not only is it a great, inexpensive way to support the channel, but you get even more Quarterback School content over there. So if you enjoy the way that I talk and teach ball, you will love the Quarterback School Patreon community. I'm really trying to create the environment of what it's like in an NFL quarterback room. So a little bit looser with the language, a little bit longer format videos, all sorts of nuance, depth, and detail, not only about the quarterback position, but high-level offense and defensive football. Get over there, become a member. I appreciate your support. As for this video, let's get into it. Jalen Hurts, the Eagles, putting the beat down on the, what do we call these guys? Like the Stormtrooper? Storm Shadow Bengals? I kind of like the unis, I'm not going to lie. Right here, little two ends working together. This is a nice job from Jalen Hurts. We had really nice pass protection all day. Not much of a rush all day to sit back there. I actually thought that the ball probably could have gone to either of the two other receivers as well here. Instead of playing buddy ball, we catch middle of the field open here. To me, this is an iteration of dagger. Now, again, who knows how they're thinking about teaching this thing, but if we got some sort of middle of the field attacking post and that's not a clear, I kind of like this shot here. You know, if we're working this side of the field, this sure looks like it's there on time. I'm never a fan of two ends to each other like this, especially when you get no to the first window, yes to the second window. Going to get two ships passing in the night there potentially. But again, you play it out. Could you attack the middle of the field here? Yeah. Now he's not really looking right there. So maybe it's not live for them. In up top with that corner doing whatever the hell the corner's doing up top. Maybe not. Either way, they're all three open in my opinion, and that's a big chunk, and that's kind of the overall theme of the day. Nice pass protection, good decision from Jalen, driving the ball down the field, open receivers, put it on him. Again, look at that. Look at the pass protection. It's beautiful. On the body, let's roll. Big play. Next one here, 3rd and 15. We're right outside the red zone, ball's on the 21. They got Storm Shadow in the crowd as well, in the end zone. We're going to give our guy Brown a chance down the field, 3rd and 15. I don't necessarily have an issue with this decision. There's no great 3rd and 15 play. Give your guy a chance. Now, it looks like probably a worse throw than it is because of the kind of collision here early on. If you watch this, what I'm going to call some iteration of 4 verticals here, you know, for me, 3rd and 15, 4 verticals, if you can catch a one-on-one. So what I'm saying here is best release as he goes and fights through this. There's just a little bit of collision here. That's going to mess with the timing if we throw this thing on traditional timing. So we're going to catch middle field open, 4 verticals. Not necessarily my favorite play, especially if this is more quartersy and brackety than traditional 2 where we're getting to the half field. So this is a tough look. I will say this about this play. Okay, this is not a news flash, but this guy's very good. 3rd and 15, really for the Eagles, like 3rd and 13, right? If he's going to come up here and run what's often called like a check down pop or option here, and they're going to match this, so meaning that they're going to run with these verticals here defensively, and they're going to ask a linebacker type to play one-on-one with him in space. You know, if you don't love this, and they might love this, but if you can see the release and see a collision, then I want this to kind of be like a banked rep. And what I mean by that is this is going to come up again where, hey, if we can just give our guy down the field a chance, if it's perfect, let it go. To me, it's not perfect up top with that collision right there. So right there, we're off of it, but he's already thrown it. That's why the ball looks like it's a worse throw than it is for me. Now I want you to watch Saquon coming out of the backfield. Put a move on. Now, it might look worse because the linebacker sees the ball thrown. But if we throw that thing to Barkley right there, it's essentially going to be a potential run over a safety for a first down or a 4th and short. So it's just one of those things, again, as they continue to find out exactly what he does and how he operates. Talking about Barkley here, this is one of those things where this is really kind of a glorified screen for me. You get an opportunity down the field. Otherwise, just check it down. Maybe something great will happen. I don't think there's anything wrong with throwing a contested ball in a perfect situation, but the collision early made this throw look worse than it was for me. Next one here, 3rd and 10. This is a very nice, I'm going to call it speed out versus press coverage up top to A.J. Brown. Now, this is the first of 3-ish kind of really nice anticipation throws for me with Jalen Hurts in this game. I love the base. I love the rhythm, the drop, the trust, the buddy ball elements. Again, 4th and 1 is essentially a first down for this organization. But I just really appreciated how consistent Hurts was, being able to play with a little anticipation on meaningful down and distances. And it looks like he's got a good understanding of the rhythm and timing of this thing. I think when you talk about route-wise here, there's a few different ways that you can kind of live in this world if we're going to throw speed outs. So for me here, 3rd and 10, this route, a press coverage. So he's going to sit here and bump from the inside. It's going to be tough. Some teams will actually adjust this into like a fade adjustment versus any sort of cloud or press man. They leave it on. Again, what drop you want to do, it really doesn't matter as long as it times up and you give him a little something extra with the bump. So what a lot of people will do will go, I think the traditional way to teach it is to go 3 no hitch and sink on that back foot, back heel. I kind of like the shuffle or the burner where you get a little bit of a hitch and you just got to give him an extra tick. And I'll pause this thing at the top so you can see when he lets this thing go. So press man, speed out, shuffle, and he's throwing it right there. You can see up top, A.J. Brown's not out of the route. This is elite quarterbacking, man. It's really good. And I get it. A.J. Brown's a very good player. Let him bully that guy at the sticks. And that's a big-time throw and hookup. That's excellent situational football. It shows really nice understanding of tempo, personnel, rhythm, down and distance. It's a great job from Jalen Hurts and company. It's also a very nice route for A.J. Brown to just kind of bully that cat at the top of that thing, say, get the hell off me. 4th and 1, go get it. Next one here, 3rd and 4. This was really the only, what I would classify, poor decision all day from Jalen Hurts. He's going to end up throwing the swing down here to the bottom of the field on the fast 4 motion. He's lucky that this isn't an interception. I'm not sure if it'd be a pick 6 if 55 could run away from 14 here, but this is not what you want. And I've got some issues with the design of this thing. It sure looks like Jalen Hurts stays front side. So let's just really lock in on where his eyes are here after he gets a snap. So he's looking left. To me, I'm used to calling this play double spot. I don't like this play at all versus any type of man coverage. So fast 4 here. So we're going to get this fast motion right here. He's going to run this little check swing wide. We're going to, the what I'm used to calling double spot here. We're coming in here, running these kind of like hitches on an inside track. It's almost always paired with a corner. Verse man here, I don't like the spots at all. Maybe you'll catch a corner, but theoretically, if it's middle field closed, right? So we got a post safety here. You're probably going to catch outside leverage on the corner. So even the corner is not going to be great. Now, the other part that I really dislike about this play is because we're motioning from the outside from the number 1 here, you got A.J. Brown in here in a tight condensed split. So with this tight condensed split, he runs a slant, which just doesn't make sense to me window-wise. So it allows this rat or extra backer here in man coverage to just kind of be in the space. So there's nowhere to go with the ball. If you're going to be in this tight, for me here, you're almost universally going to run some sort of outbreaker. You could have post corner, you can have anything you want, but you don't necessarily want a slant here. That'd be the one thing that you probably wouldn't want because you're just running right into the linebacker type. You could even run like a little wrap in. There's lots of different things you could do, but a slant ain't in. And so we don't even really look there, which I totally understand with that being a slant. But there's no good man answers down here. Where do you want him to go? And on the 2 and the 3, they actually switch it or bingo it. So you can see 21 is leveraging the corner. Now, looks like the tight end does a decent job of crossing face there. That's tough. That's tough. And that really looks like Jalen just kind of throws this thing blind, if I'm being honest. There's no way he makes this throw if he sees that linebacker standing out there. And 14 does a decent job of playing defense at that point. So we kind of avoid a disaster here. It's just one of those things where it's a combination of poor design. Don't make a bad play a disaster. Blind throwing out to the flat. Fortunate right there. Next one here, we're going to rip down here to the bottom of the screen. I'm used to calling this concept racer. Again, we've got great pass protection. The tight end standing by himself here because the corner falls. It's a nice job by Jalen getting to this. It ends up being a pretty easy completion. He's working the left the entire way. You know, it's certainly fortunate that the corner falls. I don't necessarily, again, just because I am not in the quarterback room and can't make sense of the read doesn't mean that it's wrong. Okay? I'm going to be really clear with that. But it doesn't really make sense to me here if we're going to work this little fin or inbreaker with this little like rolled out from here. This is essentially a low to high concept over here. If you catch cloud, meaning a rolled up cloud flat corner here, we're going to catch traditional 2. Well, technically they're going to have somebody in the flat and somebody in the curl here, cover 2, right? Somebody in the hook, somebody in the curl, somebody in the flat, 5 under, 2 deep zone. You know, they've got 2 for 2 over here. So I don't love this concept. Now, if you just think you can high-low the flat guy, corner, okay. It certainly helps when he falls. I just feel like there were opportunities in this game to attack the middle of the field. And if you're not going to get Tampa, where they're not going to run to the middle here, so he's really going to stay in the hook tight, these are big chances. These are let's throw it. Let's attack down the field here in the middle of the field versus middle field open, true cover 2. So get a little fortunate right here. Corner falls over himself. Big chunk. But again, you can see up top the number 2 with a potential seam right down the middle of the field. But we're not even looking there. So again, they're reading it out down here to the bottom. How they're reading it, Jalen Hurts makes a very good play, and it turns into a little mini chunk. But I do think you've got to at least look at it, you know, options-wise, strategy-wise, how we're getting there. And then again, you've got to appreciate this pass protection is outstanding. I mean, this is laughable from the Bengals. Storm shadow pass rush. Next one here, 3rd and 16. Oh my, we're going to get to 3x2 empty, kind of get that double chip. We're going to run a little sail up top by the number 2 and a deep curl down here by the number 1, Brown at the bottom. Jalen Hurts does a great job going essentially 1 to 2. Now again, you could make the argument that the sail is there, but I don't think there's anything wrong with playing buddy ball here either. So no to the right, yes to the backside. And that's a big time hookup on 3rd and 16. That's a massive hookup. And it's not good defense. Okay. I totally fair criticism as well. But if you're just going to come out here and run what essentially is must outside release go, which is a clear, here's that sail route that I'm saying you probably could throw. You know, put it right here with what they do with the corner here as he widens. There's a window here, in my opinion, to throw the sail. But if you don't like it, you're the one making the decisions. Deep down the field, you know, I would love to see A.J. Brown continue to come back to this ball. But this is a really clean 1 to 2, 3rd and 16 conversion. This is excellent offense. This is excellent 3rd down offense. Situational ball. 5-step. Again, it's 7-on-7 back there as far as the pass rush, but that's outstanding. Again, could you throw the sail out there? You know, right at like the 12-yard line in that sweet spot? Yeah, you probably could. Maybe he doesn't like throwing it over the curl defender. Come back down here. Quick, 1 to 2, and it's in rhythm. It's a big-time conversion, man. It's awesome. This is excellent offense. Again, watch how he times it up. 5, hitch, back, throw. On him, 1st down, let's go. The very next play here, little quarterback lead draw. Now, I have no idea what Saquon Barkley is doing here blocking-wise, but this is a hell of a run from Jalen Hurts. Almost gets in the end zone. I think if it's blocked what I would consider properly with the back here, not getting a double team on the tackle, that this has got a chance to score. And Jalen Hurts looks athletic, looks healthy, looks explosive, looks like Jalen of old. So again, just do the few things here. My favorite way to run this play is where the slots come up and run out. Just in case you get, and I really prefer like an intermediate out, just in case you get man or match so that these guys can run out of here as they cover them. That's the first part, I would say. The next part here is if the offensive line these 5 is going to go to these 5 here. So they're going to block those. The back for me needs to be leading up onto the first person that shows. Now, it might be someone who's in the box. It might be the near safety. But I can't think of a situation here, unless this is like Aaron Donald, that we're going to come in here and like try to, get a chip lead block like this on a defensive tackle who's already being blocked. We just don't need it. So if he were to lead up here through the hole, Saquon being the he, this got a chance to score. So if Saquon was leading through the hole here, he would be up on the safety, most likely. And we'd probably score. So again, a really nice call, back-to-back, little chunks here. Again, maybe Saquon thinks that tackle is going to make the play. Maybe it's supposed to be a run to the right and not a draw. Either way, the reason it's in this video is because Jalen Hurts is cut right here. So up, ta-dang. Quick, sudden, love it. Next one here, 3rd and 5. We're into the third quarter. We're going to run a little stop route up top. Anticipation. Beautiful base, great timing, put it right on him. Helps when you have a 5-yard cushion. But that's excellent quarterbacking. This is a great pass game. Ball out on time, back foot down, rhythm, little shuffle drop. It's simply outstanding. Watch the base here. So first watch the drop, little shuffle. Look at the base. All his cleats in the ground. Timing, he's throwing it right there. You can see Smith up top, not out of the break yet. Away from the near defender, put it on him. That's just excellent timing, rhythm, precision, 3rd down offense again. Love the play call. Keep it simple. Operate at a high level. Super efficient. On him. 1st down. Let's go. Next one here. Big chunk. We're going to hit the wing up top on a little crosser. A little double post crosser. We got mailboxes all over the place. We've got some horrendous defense going on out here. We've got opportunities for big plays everywhere. This is an excellent job again. Pass pro unit. Buy some time. Nice job moving, shuffling. Find the big guy down the middle of the field. Now, okay, what's going on here? Let's just talk about what this play is. I'm calling this double post. And that can be a little confusing sometimes when this guy runs a go, but they're essentially glorified clears, and we're trying to hit this crosser coming across. So the first thing to notice is that we just fall. We keep falling. And so we gap them. We got an opportunity for a mailbox here. If Jalen were to see that, that would be a massive play. The next part here is, for some reason, everybody's playing man. Like we're running, I think they run like a little shallow here as well. So everybody's playing man here, except this guy. This guy is playing zone. So he's dropping back here, and essentially no one is running with the crosser. So we've got big play opportunity, big play opportunity. It's just too easy. And this is not good defense, but we're not gonna, apologize playing quarterback. Take advantage of it. So bottom of the screen, mailbox, touchdown. See ya. Up top. Everybody's running with eligibles. Everybody's matching, except the guy up top who's just letting the crosser go. La la la, la la la. Mailbox. Put it on him. Big chunk. So really like Jalen Hurts here. Moving, buying a little bit of time. Doesn't necessarily happen right on schedule for him. Got somebody in his lap. Again, 91 is a good player. Got to move. No panic. 2 hands on it. Reset your feet. Drive it downfield. Put it right on his chin. Outstanding. Next one here. Touchdown run. Jalen Hurts. I'm used to calling this zone read arc to the nub here. Just a beautiful job. You have no chance with Jalen Hurts in a play like this. So the thing here, we'll talk about exactly what the play is, but we're essentially reading the C-gap defender to the right. The tight end is going to arc block out, go block the little guy. Jalen Hurts essentially goes untouched into the end zone. So beautiful design, great call. Love that celebration there. Is that the old Major League celebration? So what's going on here play-wise? It's not just zone read arc. So here's the conflict defender. Here's that arc block out to block the little guy who's probably got him in man-to-man. And then we're just reading that thing. So there's the zone. There's the quarterback pull. Now the other part of this and what the Eagles do as a unit is we've got Smith and Brown down here on the same side. So that's almost always going to draw both the safeties. So if you catch both the safeties over here, really the only way you can stop true quarterback run game, where the quarterback is a dynamic runner all the time, is to play zero. But you can't play zero when both these guys are on the same side. Right? You'd have to bring the corner over, and even then someone has to guard the tight end. It just, the math is tough on a 1x3 nub. And so they get exposed here with no safety run support over there. We walk in. So great read, excellent design, great call. And then Jalen Hurts just looking explosive, looking healthy, looking dynamic. A true weapon running that thing. Got no chance. And again, you can see the safety in the middle of the field, right? He's trying to play both. 24 is looking to his left. It's going to be really hard for him to be any sort of run support when you're in the middle of the field like that, when you're that tight in the red zone. It's beautiful. Next one here, this is a laugher. This is a great job. I'll talk about Jalen Hurts, A.J. Brown up top on the deep out. Again, third anticipation throw, outside the numbers, down the field. It's excellent. It's also laughable pass rush. It's great play action, 8-person protection here. Okay, 8-person protection. Just look at the look at the pass rush. We got 3 double teams, and our right tackle's winning the one-on-one. I mean, it's laughable. The routes down the field on a 2-person route concept are both open. So we're going to run Smith over the ball as he becomes kind of the one here on a little 1-2 stack. So open. Deep out, open. Thrown with anticipation. Again, ×3, right? It's the third time we've seen it in this video. It's an outstanding job, but it's a laugher on defense. I mean, this is just too easy. Great base, great timing. There's the throw. You can see up top, A.J. Brown's not out of the break. We talk about corner technique all the time. If a corner's bailing with his ass to the sideline, you got anything you want outside the numbers. And there it is. All sorts of space, big chunk, big pass protection, zero rush. Way too easy. And Jalen Hurts playing at a high level. Play fake, 3-step drop, great base, rhythm, anticipation. You got to love it. Got to love it. Next one here, big time touchdown pass. This is awesome. To Devontae Smith. He's the slot, the number 2 up top. I love booting and throwing this post back the other way. Now, this is not necessarily open, but we kind of throw him open, and he does a great job of kind of late handsing this thing, adjusting to the ball. It's basically out throwing the coverage. I like the design of it. I think the Bengals do a decent job of getting guys in spots. Now, 27 doesn't do a good enough job of playing the ball by any means, but there's someone running with him. Now, again, you'll often hear me say, if he's got his back turned, he's really only defending the width of his shoulders. So as he runs here and we throw this thing, he's right there. He just doesn't have the capacity to run and go play the ball. And again, the ball kind of brings him back, so he's able to kind of use his body and just adjust. And he's always been great at adjusting to the ball. So really love it. It's one of those things where this is outstanding scheme, but this is just better execution. Fight through a little hand fighting, great adjustment, late hands, just a beautiful job all the way around. Now, I'm a big fan of this type of play. And what I mean by that is a 3x1, 12 personnel boot situation. So we're going to come out of here, boot to our right. We're going to, in 3x1, always talk about usually the weak safety. What is he doing? So what we're going to try to do here scheme-wise is run someone at him to capture him. It's almost like a tricks or poach beater. So we want to gather his attention. In a perfect world, we gather his attention. This safety's not involved, and we're able to come back here and kind of hit this post way over the top. Now, he does a decent job of recovering here, but he's not in good position. And again, the ball throws him open. This is a hell of a throw. It's a big-time hookup. It doesn't work out exactly how they probably wanted it design-wise as far as the safety recovering. You can see here the safety is immediately turning to run and look behind him right there. So the run action certainly helped. You can see the safety come out of the roof right there, and then we got him. We just throw him open. That's beyond the 50-yard line, well over 50-plus yards, big-time hookup. I mean, that is a sweet play. It is a great throw. I love the aggressiveness. It's a great job from Smith here, kind of using his body, using his late hands to catch a moon ball down the field. Now, again, only they know what their landmarks are. But just imagine right here, if the landmark, let's put the field goal post up here. If the landmark is the near hash, this guy has no chance, right, to get there. If the landmark is the far upright, it's going to be tough. If the landmark is the back pylon, it's going to be easier. If the landmark is the front pylon, it's going to be even easier. So whatever their landmarks are, maybe it's the near hash. It could be anything you want, but it's not just recess. He's not just run and say, hey, go down there, I'll hook you up. Okay, so he's running to a point. They know exactly where they're going. Really like Smith here, kind of engaging the contact right there to body him, track the ball the whole time, use his body, go up and make a massive play. Next one here, 3rd and 10. So 3rd and 10, we're going to throw a slant up top to Brown. He does a great job. Again, I think of him as elite in these types of situations. Collision. We don't get the first down. We don't get close enough to go for it on 4th. But if you're going to call this play, to me, this is absolutely the right read, the right throw. Okay, so let's talk about what this scheme is. And I think I'm pretty explicit on the record. I really like slants on 3rd and long. There's just not a lot of good plays for 3rd and long. So usually if you hook up this play, we can break a tackle and fall for a first down. They do a good job. They get paid too. He gets beat, but he gets tackled. All right, it happens. To me here, this is a bit of a bastard coverage. So this is what happens when you have a true one receiver. You see weirdo stuff like this. So to me here, this is essentially cover 2-man up top, or what some people call 9, where it's cover 1 and the safety's way over here. So again, you got Smith and Brown on the same side. So they're going to have that rotational gravity force of a coverage. So we're going to call double slant up top. I like double slant versus 2-man. I got no problem with it as long as you can win inside. Or even with the safety over the top, he's not going to be a factor on a slant. But down here to the bottom, are we running inverted Hank here? I'm not about that life, especially in man coverage. Now I am about this life. You got to watch my guy right here. He takes a hard L at the top of this route. That's one of those ones you do not want to you cannot live down in the DB room. So first watch the coverage down here to the number 2. Yeah, boom. And now I'm not saying the ball should go there because it should not. I just think falling over yourself like that is nasty. But you could see here, A.J. Brown just does a great job of winning inside. That corner shouldn't let him win inside right there. He gets inside. We put it on him. He just gets the ankle, brings him down, and now we can't go for it because it's so far of a 4th down. Not a tush-push scenario. But 1-2, put it on him. They're going to call it. You play it out. Well done, Jalen Hurts. Next one here, 3rd and 7. This is another great 3rd down conversion. Again, I like the motion, the formation. To me, this is just short post. Now, the Bengals can't quite get lined up. But this is an excellent job of using the leverage of the coverage in your personnel to do what they do. And so a few things here as far as how we're playing this thing. I love Jalen Hurts, putting it on him, trusting it, the timing, the rhythm of what's going on. I will pause this thing post motion down here at the bottom. So the first thing to notice is just go to school on the motion, right? The Bengals can't sort it out. Who's got who in the zoo? They can't figure it out at the snap. So here's the snap. What I'm used to calling short post is the inside guy runs a little 2 or shallow gather. Not a great drawing. It's supposed to be like a cross. Then here comes the short post, just like a glorified longer slant, like a 5-step slant. And I think they end up running like a go down here to the bottom. Well, if you catch middle field closed on short post, you should have really good leverage to the short post, meaning that this guy should be outside. Even with them messing up who's got who in the zoo, we've got extra outside leverage here. The only thing that can get you in trouble on short post versus man coverage is if it's true robber or lurk, meaning that as this safety right here comes down, if they pass this thing off, so where he takes the shallow or the gather, just having an awareness, hey, is this a team that passes this off and then falls into this throw? Okay, coming from experience, I've thrown that pick before, not great. But if they don't do that, so if they're doubling Brown, who knows what exactly they're doing. But if they're doubling him, then this is like stealing with that leverage. So again, Great call, great execution. Really too easy all day. The Bengals looked totally discombobulated on defense, and they made them pay all day. But Jalen Hurts operated at a very high level, running it, throwing it, distributing it, playing with anticipation, executing situational ball, just high level quarterbacking on the road. Nice win. Hell yeah. So that is a wrap. Jalen Hurts, week 8, excellent win. Thought he played very well on a number of different levels. Really loved how he played with anticipation. I really loved the pass protection. Certainly some defensive issues for the Bengals, but Jalen Hurts playing at a high level, playing with great anticipation, lots of accuracy, lots of big play chunks. Looks like he's moving really well as far as when he takes off to run, the quarterback run game, all those things together. The Eagles look like they're rolling back to a little bit healthy on that side of the ball with all their skill players. They're a dynamic, fun unit. That's a big win. Thank you so much for hanging to the end. I will see you next time. Have a good one.